That was Riding Home with the Reader. We are live off the floor at Conquerall Music for the Conquerall Mills Music Show on 88.7 Cove FM and online at covefm.com. I am your host, Stephen Ramey, and on tonight's show, I am featuring the soft jazz stylings of Malarky.
Plus je t'embrasse, plus j'aime t'embrasser, plus je t'enlace, plus j'aime t'enlacer. Le temps qui passe ne peut rien y changer. Mon cœur bat quand tu t'en vas, mais tout va bien quand tu reviens, car plus je t'embrasse, plus j'aime t'embrasser. Je ne peux m'en passer. J'en ai tellement envie que j'oublie tout dans la vie. C'est insensé comme j'aime t'embrasser. Heart of my heart, I love that melody. Heart of my heart brings back a memory. When we were kids on the corner of the street, we were rough and ready guys, but oh how we could harmonize. Heart of my heart meant friends were dearer than. Too bad we had to part. I know a tear would glisten if once more I could listen to that gang that sang Heart of my heart. Heart of my heart, I love that melody. Heart of my heart brings back a memory. When we were kids on the corner of the street, we were rough and ready guys, but oh how we could harmonize. Heart of my heart meant friends were dearer than. Too bad we had to part. I know a tear would glisten if once more I could listen to that gang that sang Heart of my heart. I know a tear would glisten if once more I could listen to that gang that sang Heart of my heart. Heart of my heart.
Thank you.
And that was Heart of My Heart, Ben Ryan tune, as performed by my guest tonight, Malarky. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us this evening. Malarky is Graham Duncan, who is playing the stand-up bass. We've got Barb Morris, who is singing. We've also got Janice Rogers, who is singing and playing the keyboards. We have Michael Hermiston on the ukulele, the guitar, the clarinet, the trumpet, and is also singing and playing some piano for us tonight. Before the show started, I looked up the definition of malarkey just so I didn't sound like a bonehead when I asked this question, and it's defined as meaningless talk or nonsense. Why did you pick that as the name for your group?
Who thought of it?
I don't remember.
I think it was Graham. We're all denying
It
it.
may have been me. We just wanted something that was fun.
A
Silly.
mixed bag, right?
Yeah.
A mixed
Yeah.
bag. We started out spelling it key, as in the key of the song, K-E-Y. It's since switched to just a Y, but that was part of the story at the beginning. It's just,
Malarkey fooling around.
yeah, having fun.
Not wanting to take ourselves too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys sound great. Let's have another song. What are you going to play for us next?
Au bord du lac Bijou by Zachary Richard. dans le sud de la Louisiane, dans le bois d'Atacama, où la rivière rejoint la levée. Planté dans l'anse est un vieux chêne vert au bord du lac Bijou.
Dans son foyage, où les branches font leur crochet, les hirondelles reviennent chaque printemps, se réfugier dedans ce chêne vert au bord du lac Bijou. Tourne, tourne dans mes bras, tiens-moi serré encore, reste avec moi en bas le chêne vert au bord du lac Bijou. C'était l'année de 57, la première fois je les ai vus. Les deux ensemble se battirent nuit au bord du lac Bijou.
Ils revenaient quand l'hiver était fini. Je les appelais Pierre et Marie. Un grand monsieur, noir comme la nuit, sa demoiselle avec lui. Tourne, tourne dans mes bras, tiens-moi serré encore, reste avec moi en bas le chêne vert au bord du lac Bijou.
Dans le carême, dernier mois d'avril, je l'y ai vu une dernière fois. Un oiseau seul posé sur la branche au bord du lac Bijou.
Il restait son cœur à presque assez, quittant du matin au soir. Jusqu'au dimanche, il est parti aussi au bord du lac Bijou. Tourne, tourne dans mes bras, tiens-moi serré encore, reste avec moi en bas le chêne vert au bord du lac Bijou. Reste avec moi en bas le chêne vert au bord du lac Bijou.
And that was Lac Bijou by Zachary Richard, as performed by my guest tonight, Malarky. How did you form together as a group?
I think it all started when I got my piano. I retired from school and got a piano that moves around. And I had a neighbor 2 doors up who had a little toddler. He'd follow him around town with his guitar or his clarinet, and we just started to play together. And the band changed a little here and there, and we ended up with Graham and Barb a few years later, and here we are.
Sounds pretty accurate.
That's the story, and you're sticking to
Yes.
it.
Yep, we'll stick to it.
We didn't wash up on the lifeboat, or there wasn't anything dramatic. Little community band. People like playing music.
So the next song you're going to perform is actually an original tune
it's
that
one of mine.
you wrote, Michael. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, I'm quite fascinated with the Second World War and the history of it, and the U-boats. For some reason, fascinate me. I don't know if in a past life I drowned in a U-boat or something, but I'm a peacenik. But I'm just bowled over by the experiences that people living through the Second World War had. And anyway, watching some YouTube videos on the history of it, I just came up with this song. It's like a Dear John song. It's a Lost at Sea song, heartbroken song. Barb thinks it's the saddest of the songs.
I love this song. Michael's amazing with his writing. There are fascinating lyrics to all of these. Many words you really want to
Yes, too many
listen.
words.
Well, not necessarily, just a lot of words, a lot of meaning. So this particular one, out of all the songs that I've been involved with his, I just love. I have a very small role in this song, but I just think it's beautiful.
And what is the name of the song?
It's called Paper Lifeboat. You left me floating on the empty sea, under the cold and lonely sky. Words you offer, written on a paper lifeboat. The ink runs like tears, a stained goodbye. All our years together folded, wrinkling in the rain.
In the rain.
Our world together, a scrap that's thrown away. Now below the waves, our story's drowned, sinks to the depths, a watery grave. Silly scrolls of ephemera, fading marks from your heart. They seem so significant, they captured us tearing apart. The creases and folds of our time set each other adrift, well, just me. I sink and fade away, my darling, a scrap alone on the sea. Did I want salvation, rescued by your words?
By your words.
'Twas just scant and cliche hypocrisy, practically absurd, and still you scribble, still you etch my heart, drowned in words, stretching symbols made for only stories now.
Stories now.
Those I lost in running streams to endless sea. What was the truth in your heart? I interpret its meaning so freely. That scrap with all your thoughts, I tore it apart. Silly scrolls of ephemera, fading marks from your heart. They seem so significant, they captured us sea. I sink, I fade away, my darling, a scrap alone on the sea. Thank you. Thank you.
And that was an original tune written by Michael Ermiston called Paper Lifeboat. There are many genres of music and obviously lots of subgenres within jazz. And to my ear, it sounds like you tend towards the softer side of jazz. I'm wondering what's the appeal there for you as a group?
I certainly am incapable of playing real jazz. The complexities of it are beyond me. I'm absolutely bowled over by a real jazz player who can do long lines and do lines through sharp 9, sharp 11, flat 13 chords, and that have put in the time to be able to play all the scales and be able to play that complex music. I can't. I play what I am capable of, and I write what I feel.
So just slow her down a little bit, and you're good to go. We have time for actually one more song before we hit our first break. What are you going to play for us next?
This is another original. This is called "Own Way of Doing Things," and this is inspired by my child. I started writing songs when my kid was born. My one kid 9 years ago. And he had a great teacher for a few years, and then he had a teacher that was sort of by the book, who was less flexible. So I wrote a song, hopefully inspiring him to be more patient with a different way of teaching. It's called "Own Way of Doing Things," and Barbara's going to sing.
Everybody's got their own way of doing things. Everybody's got their own way of seeing the day. Everybody's got their own way of baking bread. Everybody's got their own way of seeing red. Everybody's got their own way of hitting the road and waving goodbye. Everybody's got their own way to live in the dark. Everybody's got their own way of lighting the lamp. Everybody's got their own way of shoved. Everybody's got their own way of finding love. Everybody's got their own way of being at peace and passing it on. Who am I? Who are you? Truths in our lives, illusions that grew. Breath in our minds and the depth in our hearts. The only truth is each moment's a new start. Everybody's got their own way of walking the road. Everybody's got their own way of giving a hand. Everybody's got their own way of sweeping the floor. Everybody's got their own way of closing a door. Everybody's got their own way of locking it tight, throwing away the key. Everybody's got their own special light in their eyes. Everybody's got their own beat of love in their hearts. Everybody's got a song in their soul. Everybody's got a tumble and roll. Everybody's got their own way of loving the day through the sun and rain. Who am I? Who are you? Truths in our lives, illusions that grew. Breath in our minds and the depth in our hearts. The only truth is each moment's a new start. Everybody's got their own way of sitting still. Everybody's got their own way of making their bed. Everybody's got their own thanks to mom and dad. Everybody's got some happy and sad. Everybody's got gifts for the world. That's what love is. Everybody wonders what comes next. Everybody's got their own way to answer. Everybody's got their own way to smile. Everybody's got their life for a while. Everybody finds a way to be free. Let me hold your hand.
And that was another original song written by Michael called Own Way of Doing Things. We are going to take our first break on the Conquerall Mills Music Show. Please stay tuned for more from Malarky after these messages. And we are back on the Conquerall Mills Music Show with my featured performers tonight, Malarky. My next question I have for all of you, and this is for all of you to answer individually, how did you all respectively get your start in music?
Okay, I did the standard piano lessons as a kid. And then when it got to grade 10, I wanted to join the choir. So I didn't talk to the choir man. He said, "Do you want to play bass?" I said, "Sure." Looked kind of neat. You get out of school to practice. And so he said, "These are the 3 notes you need for this piece." That was it. And I'm still here.
Playing more than 3 notes.
More than
though.
3 notes.
Playing more than 3 notes, definitely. My turn?
Yes.
You know, I do not remember not singing. I was singing when I was teeny tiny. I was singing at festival, which is, gosh, that's 45 or more years ago with the nuns. And then when I went off to college, I remember I was working on my own, and I was singing, and some girl in my class said, "Oh, you take singing lessons?" Which I'd never heard of. I mean, I knew of piano lessons and all. I'd never heard of singing lessons. It seemed absurd. Anyway, she introduced me to her singing teacher, and then I started taking lessons, and I now teach lessons, and I've been singing since I was a child. So, and then I met Janice in a play, right? That's where we met, South Shore Players, and she very kindly asked me to join the group, and we've been having lots of fun ever since.
It's history. My father loved music. He came from a culture of standing behind the piano, having a sing-song, and the people in his community a lot of people could play very well. So that's where my playing came from. I would often be asked to play for a sing-song. Then later on, I turned to church music, in which you only needed to have a nice, not a nice voice, just a normal voice. And you were the vessel. You didn't, it wasn't you that it was important. It was what you were doing for the people so my nervousness kind of dissipated at that point. And so we've come to this. Yeah.
I took piano lessons as a kid with a old woman that had a cane.
I'm sure there's a story
So I stopped
there.
taking piano lessons about a year later, and then I taught myself again the piano using Scott Joplin rags when I was a teenager, and then I stopped doing music again. And then when my kid was born, I just felt this urge to write songs. So then I started playing. I guess I played trumpet in high school, but I wasn't very good.
For someone who's
Just
taken
got it.
so many breaks, you seem to have got quite the dearth of instruments with you
Well,
here
that's the
tonight.
ADHD thing.
Learn how to play this, move on to
Yes.
something else. Speaking of moving on to something else, let's have another song. The next one you're going to play for us, I believe, is Stormy Weather.
Correct?
Yes. Can you tell us why you picked this piece for tonight?
It's sexy.
It's a very different range. I'm singing it very low, and so it's a change. It's a
Yeah.
change for us.
We like variety.
Yeah.
he stays away, old rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on, everything I had is gone. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining all the time. Life is bare, gloom and misery everywhere, stormy weather. Just can't get my poor self together. I'm weary all the time. When he went away, the blues walked in and met me. If he stays away, old rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on, everything I had is gone. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time.
And that was a Harold Arlen tune, Stormy Weather, as performed by Malarky. Roots and Influences time. Who do you consider to be the musicians, the groups that you draw on for your inspiration when either playing music or creating music?
You answer that.
Creating music, Leonard Cohen, Joni Mitchell. Who else? There's so many amazing songwriters.
Hoagie Carmichael.
Hoagie Carmichael, yeah. Yeah, all those old, those rhymers from the 30s and 40s. that
Gershwin.
Came up with incredible rhymes.
And was that music that you had listened to as a kid or something that you got into later, or?
Well, my dad played clarinet, and so he was always around big band music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never listened to the rock groups.
I was raised on musicals, so we do a few songs from musicals. Tonight we'll be doing a few, I think. Is that right? Yeah, I believe so. So yeah, I was raised on that, and then you guys were doing a lot of the old jazz favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So we do many of those.
I grew up with In the Shade of the Old Apple Tree.
We don't do that one.
Let's have another tune. What are you going to play for us next?
Moonglow.
It must have been moon glow way up in the blue. It must have been moon glow that led me straight to you. I still hear you saying, sweetheart, hold me fast. And I start a praying, whoa, Lord, please let this last. We seem to float right through the air. Heavenly songs seem to come from everywhere. And now that there's moon glow way up in the blue, I always remember that moon glow gave me you. We seem to float right through the air. Heavenly songs seem to come from everywhere. And now that there's moon glow way up in the blue, I always remember that moon glow gave me you. Ba-da-da-da-da.
And that was Moonglow, written by Irving Mills, as performed by Malarky. Is it intimidating as musicians to play other people's music? Do you guys get nervous when you do a cover tune? Is it more comfortable to play an original versus a cover?
Well, I don't have any originals personally, so I have no trouble singing other people's songs. Or I'd never sing. Yes. So actually, I quite like doing songs that are familiar to me.
As somebody that does write songs, once it's over, once you've written a song and it's out there. And I love it when people sing my songs. So I assume the same. I assume other people love to have their songs covered. Because songs are gifts from the universe and they go back to the universe. So to feel that you own a song is like a bizarre concept.
I like that philosophy, actually. So how do you decide then as a group collectively what to play? Do you have to like have a fight to the death to do this, or is it generally democratic, or how does that work?
Well, I always want them to do way more of my songs, but it's this dynamic equilibrium, right? Like I'm pushing for my songs and they're pushing for the old standards, and it's great. It's open, so it all feels very comfortable. There's some songs that I don't like playing, and I just won't play, and so they do it as a trio. And
He takes his ball and goes home.
no, I don't go home. I just
No, we really don't run into that too much.
no, we don't.
No.
We don't.
We like a lot of variety, as
Yeah, that's a good
we've
point.
tried to reflect in this selection. And we don't pick anything that we can't do.
That we don't do well. Exactly.
Right.
Right? We'll
Right.
try a variety of things, and then
If it doesn't
how,
work,
and we don't necessarily say, oh, we stink at that. What we'll say is, we'll need to work on that one, and we'll try another arrangement, and right? And then you two are in a swing band, so you bring a lot of songs from that, and then
Sometimes,
we
yeah.
try to see how they sound. Yeah, we try not to do things that we don't do well.
You guys seem to have struck a good balance with the pieces that you've chosen tonight. So in keeping with that, let's keep the music going. What are you going to play for us next? And that was As Time Goes by Herman Hupfield. It is time for our last break on the Conquerall Mills Music Show. Stay tuned for more music from Malarky after the break. And we are back live off the floor at Conquerall Music for the Conquerall Mills Music Show on 88.7 Cove FM with my guest tonight, Malarky.
You let your stones lie where they fall. You couldn't throw real hard. For love or hate, you're not that small. Sometimes your passions and your needs lay your weakness bare. Stones abandoned, that peace so rare. Those words, those lies ringing gold, a subtle passive force. It's anger so cold. Lay your judgment wading through. They beat you down, they broke you, but you stayed so true. Shirt with a ripped and a torn away sleeve, hopes and dreams and truths you believe, standing naked in the morning air. In your weakness you still care. Days pass slowly into years. You didn't set your sun, so stoic you didn't run. You let your stones lie where they fall. It cracked your heart, broke your strings, left you hanging. In the winds you swing against the wall. The timing and the rhythm of your fall, all that's crushed and tattered on the ground. But you never made a sound. You let your stones lie where they fall. You couldn't throw real hard. For love or hate, you're not that small. Let the echoes of your times deny the myth. Your practice kiss the soul you're with. Mirror shatters pieces on the ground. Your laugh breaks the silence with that sound. Gonna miss you when you're not around. All the courage you have found. La 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 la. Shirts with a ripped and a torn away sleeve, hopes and dreams and truths you believe, standing naked in the morning air. In your weakness you still care. La 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 la. That's a peace tune, inspired by the notion that David chose not to pick up the 5 smooth stones and fling them at Goliath.
And what was the name of that song?
Let your stones lie where they fall.
Stones Lie Where They Fall. And that was one that you wrote, Michael?
Yeah, that's the original.
All right. So do you have any gigs coming up over the summer? Are there any events that you were playing at where you'll be out and about?
A week from Sunday, we will be playing at the Harbor House Fashion Show the hour before, just as people go in. That will
Okay.
be at the Best Western. And every month and a half or 2 months, we play at Rebecca's restaurant in Mahone Bay.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, one of our previous performers, Ken Voida, he goes up there and he does the open mics at Rebecca's, and I've heard lots of great things about that. She also does. They used to host the Song Speak up there too, I believe.
I do that with Paul McClellan.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing any of those anymore, or is that?
Yeah, still on.
Excellent.
The third is the next one.
All right, well, I'm going to turn things back over to you. You guys have 2 songs to do for us next. What's the first one you're going to play for us?
Desperado by the Eagles. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Whoa, you're a hard one. I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. The queen of hearts is always your best bet. Now it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table. You only want the ones that you can't get. Desperado. Whoa, you ain't getting no younger. Your pain and your hunger, they're driving you home. And freedom, whoa, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Don't your feet get cold in the wintertime? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. Hard to tell the nighttime from the day. You're losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Desperado. Why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences. Open the gates. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. You better let somebody love you before it's too late. And next we're going to do an oldie called Kerestatil, French and English.
Que reste-t-il de nos amours? Que reste-t-il de ces beaux jours? Une photo, vieille photo de ma jeunesse. Que reste-t-il des billets doux, des mois d'avril, des rendez-vous? Que reste-t-il de tout cela? Dites-le-moi. Un petit village, un vieux clocher, un paysage si bien caché, et dans un nuage le cher visage de mon passé.
I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss, but more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health and more than wealth. I wish you love. My breaking heart and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm, but most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love. La 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 My breaking heart and I agree that you and I should never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm, but most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
Thank you.
And those last two songs, the first one Malarky did was Desperado by the Eagles, and that last one was Que Reste-t-il by Charles Trent. If people want to know more about Malarky or hear some of your music, is there a place people can go to find that online, or do they give you a phone call? Or
site.
We have a Facebook site and a YouTube site. Yeah.
and is it just Malarky, or is it Malarky Band, or is there
Malarky.
just Malarky? Perfect. I'll make sure that gets posted up to the up to Facebook when this episode goes to air. We've got time for one more song. What is your last tune for us this evening?
Don't sit under the apple tree.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me.
Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me.
No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I'm so afraid of the plans we've made underneath those moonlit skies will fade away if you're bound to stray if the stars get in your eyes. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. You're on your own when there is no phone and I can't keep tabs on you. Be
scared to me, and I'll guarantee this is one thing that I'll do. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, 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 don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching, I come marching, I come marching home.
And that's all she wrote.
And that was Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree by Sam Steff, as performed by my guests this evening, Malarky, Graham, Barb, Janice, and Michael. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's give them another round.
Hey, thanks for inviting us. Very fun. Great sound here.
Thank you very much. The Conquerall Mills Music Show is hosted, produced, and mixed by Stefan Ramey, and our recording engineer this evening is Adam Fancy. To hear previous episodes of the Conquerall Mills Music Show, please visit our YouTube channel at Conquerall Music. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when new episodes have been uploaded. You have been listening to the Conquerall Mills Music Show on 88.7 CKVE Cove FM and online at covefm.com. Please keep it tuned to Cove for Time Machine with Bob McDonald at 9 p.m. Have a wonderful evening, folks.